Hello everyone, welcome back to our YouTube channel. I'm Paul, and today we are going to talk about a very important topic for English learners.
Hello everyone, I'm Lena. We are very happy to see you again. Today's topic is perfect for beginners who want to learn English by themselves.
Yes, many people think that learning English alone is difficult.
That's true, but with the right methods, anyone can learn English without a teacher or class.
So in this video, we will explain how to learn English by yourself step by step.
Yes, and we will keep everything simple and easy.
Let's begin. Lena, what is the first step for beginners who want to learn English alone?
The first step is to learn basic vocabulary. Words are the foundation of any language.
So learners should start with simple words.
Yes, words related to daily life like food, family, actions, and emotions.
And how should they learn them?
They should write them down, revise them daily, and use them in simple sentences.
Lena, let's talk about the first step. When someone wants to learn English by themselves, they often feel confused about where to begin. What should be their starting point?
That's a great question, Paul. The best place to start is basic vocabulary. Without knowing words, it becomes very difficult to understand or speak any language.
So vocabulary is like the building block of English.
Exactly. Words are the foundation. When you know more words, you can understand more sentences and express your thoughts easily.
What kind of words should beginners focus on first?
Beginners should start with simple, everyday words that they can use in daily life. For example, words related to daily activities, eat, sleep, go, come, common objects, book, phone, water, table, emotions, happy, sad, tired, excited.
That makes learning more practical.
Yes, because these are the words you will use again and again in real life. This helps learners remember them easily.
How many words should beginners learn daily?
They should not try to learn too many words at once. Instead, learning 5 to 10 words daily is enough.
So slow and steady learning is better.
Absolutely. Another important step is revision. Many learners forget words because they don't revise them.
So revision is very important.
Yes, learners should revise their words daily or regularly. Repeating words helps store them in memory.
What is the best way to remember new words?
The best way is to use them in sentences. For example, if you learn the word eat, you can say, I eat food. If you learn happy, you can say, I am happy.
That makes learning active.
Exactly. Another helpful tip is to write words in a notebook. Writing improves memory and helps in revision.
So learning, revising, and using words together is the best method.
Yes, and if learners follow this daily, their vocabulary will grow quickly and naturally.
Now let's talk about listening. Many beginners say they can read a little, but they cannot understand spoken English. Why does this happen?
This happens because they are not used to the sound and rhythm of English. When people speak naturally, it can feel fast and difficult to understand.
So beginners feel lost while listening.
Yes, but the good thing is that listening improves with practice. In fact, listening is one of the most effective ways to learn English by yourself.
Why is listening so powerful?
Because listening helps you understand how English is actually spoken. It improves pronunciation, vocabulary, and sentence patterns at the same time.
So listening also helps speaking.
Exactly. When you listen regularly, your brain starts recognizing words and sentences. This makes speaking easier.
So how should beginners start listening practice?
They should start with simple and slow English content. For example, beginner-friendly videos, short conversations, simple audio lessons.
Why should they avoid difficult content?
Because difficult content can confuse them and reduce motivation. Simple content helps them understand better and feel confident. That makes sense. Another very important method is listen and repeat. Learners should listen to a sentence, pause the audio, and repeat it.
That helps pronunciation too.
Yes, exactly. This method improves both listening and speaking.
So they should not just listen passively.
Absolutely. Active listening is very important. They should focus, understand, and repeat.
How much time should they spend daily?
Even 10-15 minutes daily is enough in the beginning. The key is consistency.
So regular practice brings improvement.
Yes, with daily listening, learners will slowly understand English more easily and feel more confident.
Lena, we've already talked about vocabulary, speaking, and listening. Now let's discuss reading. Many beginners feel that reading is boring or difficult. Is reading really important when learning English by yourself?
Yes, Paul, reading is very important, especially for beginners. It helps learners understand how sentences are formed and how words are used in real situations.
So reading is not just about learning new words.
Exactly. When you read regularly, you naturally learn sentence structure, grammar patterns, and vocabulary without memorizing complicated rules.
That sounds like a very natural way to learn.
Yes, and beginners should always start with simple and easy content. They should not try to read difficult books in the beginning.
What kind of content is best for beginners?
They can start with short stories, simple English books, or easy articles. Even small paragraphs are enough to begin.
Why is it important to start with simple material?
Because when learners understand what they read, they feel confident and motivated. If the content is too difficult, they may feel frustrated and stop learning.
That makes sense.
While reading, learners will find new words. They should note those words down and try to understand their meaning.
And then use those words later?
Yes, that's very important. Learners should try to make simple sentences using new words. This helps them remember the words better.
That sounds very effective.
Another powerful method is to read aloud. When learners read aloud, they improve their pronunciation and speaking skills at the same time.
So reading can also improve speaking.
Exactly. Reading aloud builds confidence and fluency.
How much should beginners read daily?
Even 10 to 15 minutes daily is enough. The most important thing is consistency.
So regular reading leads to gradual improvement.
Yes, with daily reading, learners will slowly understand English better and feel more confident using it.
Lena, many learners understand English but still struggle to speak. Why does this happen?
This happens because they don't practice speaking enough. Speaking is a skill, and like any skill, it improves only with regular practice.
So understanding is not enough.
Exactly. Learners must actively practice speaking. The good news is that they can practice in many different ways at home.
That sounds interesting. What are some of those methods?
One simple and effective method is to speak in front of a mirror. This helps learners observe their expressions and build confidence.
That's a great idea.
Another powerful method is to record your voice. When learners listen to their own recordings, they can notice mistakes and improve.
That helps in self-correction.
Yes, and learners can also use the listen and repeat method. They can watch English videos, pause after each sentence, and repeat it.
That improves pronunciation.
Exactly. This method also helps learners learn natural sentence flow.
What if someone has no one to talk to?
That's not a problem at all. Learners can talk to themselves. They can describe what they are doing, what they see, or what they plan to do.
So they can create their own practice environment.
Yes, and they can also try thinking in English. Instead of thinking in their native language, they can form simple English thoughts like, I am hungry. I will go outside.
That's a very useful habit.
Absolutely. Another tip is to practice daily, even if it's just for 10-15 minutes. Consistency is more important than long practice sessions.
So small daily effort leads to big improvement.
Exactly. When learners practice speaking regularly, they become more confident, fluent, and comfortable using English.
How can learners stay consistent?
They should create a simple daily routine.
Can you give an example?
Yes. 10 minutes vocabulary. 10 minutes listening. 10 minutes speaking.
Any final advice?
Yes. Be consistent and don't be afraid of mistakes.
That's very important.
Yes, with daily practice, anyone can learn English by themselves.
Thank you everyone for watching.
Keep practicing and keep improving.
See you in the next video.
Bye, everyone.